What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Skankin Pickle, and we're returning to the Green Album, 1996, and a very short one this time, but one that always made a big impact on me, both because of the song itself and also a little bit of personal context. Allow me to explain. So, this track is called Ties That Bind. It's a very short tune, and the lyrics are even shorter in the sense that I think there's really only two very brief verses and then a couple repeated choruses and then it's over. And yet it has a lot of emotion in it, meaning the song is about someone who feels like both with their job and their partner at home, they've sort of reached the end of the line, and that both things are a source of great stress for them. The job isn't the kind of job they'd want to be doing anyway. They'd like to leave their job, but evidently they've got this noose around their neck. They feel like they're sort of stuck and maybe death would be the only way out. And the person's partner at home is someone who they evidently fight with a lot. There's a line about, don't ask me this, don't ask me why my life's a wreck, and, I don't want to come home tonight because I'm a mess and I'd probably start a fight. So it's clear they're in a state in their professional and personal life where they just can't take it anymore and they feel trapped, if you will. But there's also a personal connection to me in that the tune features a very, let's say, emotional, if not outright melancholy saxophone riff. And the album is from 1996, and there was a friend I grew up in elementary school with, and I was good friends with him in elementary school. Junior high, I didn't see him as much. I sort of fell out of contact with him. And then I went to a different high school than most of my friends from youth, because my parents sent me to a private high school that was a little bit farther away than the local public high school where most of my friends ended up going. And some of my friends that I stayed in touch with from the local public high school, they eventually told me that this friend I had when I was in elementary school, he had gotten cancer at, a young age, like as a young teenager, and he actually passed away. And I remember listening to this tune shortly after I learned that, and something about the sax riff, it really hit me and it made me sad, even though that meaning is sort of divorced from the lyrics of the song. I forever after associated it with learning that information about my old friend. So, yeah, it's a song about a person who's not in a good way in their own life, at work or at home. And for me, it reminds me that life is short, life is precious, and for some people, unfortunately, it is even shorter than might be expected. So when I hear that sax riff, I inevitably think of that. So, not to bring people down, but the song is itself a bit of a heavy tune. But as with a lot of Skankin Pickle songs, they address more serious issues, but they do it in a skankin', fun, ska punk sort of way sonically. So, let's give it a listen. This is Skankin Pickle. The track is Ties That Bind, and I believe it's track number 9. Yeah, track number 9 on the Green Album, 1996. Short and to the point. A lot of punk songs are pretty short. Maybe like old school 80s punk or, late 70s punk more than modern punk tracks and albums. But even then, there's albums that continue that tradition of, you say what you're going to say in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and you're done. That's it. And yes, this is one of those. Now, again, I think there's, the line about a noose around your neck, that sounds, sort of like a suicidal line, and his attitude toward his job and his home life are certainly such that, like, he can't take it anymore. But the line, like, I've got to get away from ties that bind, I feel like there is still fight left. There's still a desire to break free and to find a happier existence. So it's a tune that sounds very despondent, and yet buried within that there's still some vitality and conviction to seek for something better. So yeah, it's a song that I don't think is suicidal per se, even if some of the imagery invoked does have that feel. And yeah, I love the contrast between the energetic and even like double time rocking verses and chorus lead in, or like pre-chorus, versus the chorus itself, which has, again, that more skanking around, kind of smile on your face type of ska feel. So it's another example of the way Skankin Pickle blends the punk and ska sounds in a way that is often sonically upbeat, even as they address more serious issues. So as I said, I love this album. We'll keep going through it. I'm obviously already jumping around a little bit, but I do think for the next one, I'm going to go back to the opening tune, which is Gas in My Car. I think I mentioned there's also a Devo cover on here, which, shout out to Han Solo, he shared some Devo material. I haven't really cracked it open yet. It's, a deep dive that, like many others, has been waiting in the wings for me to at least finish some others, but at some point I'll go through that. But as I said, back in the day, I was aware that Gates of Steel is apparently a Devo original, so we'll listen to the Skankin Pickle cover, and at any point, let me know what you think, and Luca, the horizontal cat, and I shall see you next time. Peace.